so sorry if you heard my headset popping there. A little technical difficulty, to say the least. I put myself down in the Undercroft here, which sounds like a punishment, but to see if we have any of those Bianca arms upgrades that I keep mentioning. However, I think I might have to peel it from Varric's very alive, slightly warm hands here. One moment. Where are you, Varric? You can't get away. You know that it's time. Alright, briefly unequip. Thank you, sir. Let's try this. Bianca, there we are. Alright. So I can do that one, that is great. Seemingly no grip upgrades, however I do have aiming module 2 now. That is fantastic, he's still on demon slaying, alright. We'll keep looking for a grip, but that should help quite a bit. Oh, hello all. I can't believe it, we're being raided by Jessica McAvoy. How dare you? And in my own closet, there isn't enough room for this sort of activity. Oh, pile in, it's fine. Alright, Varric should be well armed. Welcome all! So I am leaving the Undercroft. That again sounds like a bit of a punishment somehow. We'll see if we can catch back up with Iron Bull. During the very end of last session, we had just finished what I believe is his final companion mission. But we did not have a chance to catch up with him once we returned to Skyhold, and I'm sure he has lots of tumultuous inner monologues going on that we should do our best to soothe. And then we still have dear Morrigan up in the garden there, waiting for us, ever so patiently, ever so stylish. Alright, I walked right past him. That's the sort of behavior that's kept my approval low these many months. Oh, thank you so much for the gifting as well. Is this an assassination attempt?
I got it!
Against Iron Bull? I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, my soul's dust.
Goodbye forever.
All over the ground, though, so... Sorry, boss. I thought I might need backup. Guess I'm not even worth sending professionals for.
So, just in case you're wondering what's going on, to briefly catch you up here, during that companion mission I spoke about, we had to make a choice as to whether Iron Bull would call his own men, the Bull's Chargers, to retreat, therefore putting a Kunari dreadnought at risk, or if we would preserve the dreadnought and perhaps lose Iron Bull's own company. So I, of course, chose to have them retreat, defend our own. And the dreadnought sank, and now they're rather upset at us, and they appear to have put a price on dear Iron Bull's gorgeous, glittering head. What a shame.
You knew the assassins were coming.
Little change in the guard rotation tipped me off.
No need to rub that in.
Are you all right?
Fine. Hurt myself worse than this fooling around in bed.
Oh, I believe it. However...
What if they used poison?
Oh, they definitely used poison. Sarcomec, liquid form. If I hadn't been
feels
dosing
good,
myself
does it?
with the antidote, I'd be puking my guts up right now. As it is, it stings like shit. But that's about it.
Well, I'm glad he was prepared. That is, however, something he could have told me about, as I have not been dosing myself with the antidote, to my knowledge. Maybe he has been, secretly, on my behalf. I'm not sure. All right. I think he'll appreciate this question.
Are you interested in getting some payback?
Against who? The entire Ben Hasrath?
Yeah,
Besides,
you and me?
This wasn't serious. Sending two guys with blades against me? That's not a hit. That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm Tal-Vashow. Tal-Va-fucking-Shoth.
You know who else is Tal-Vashow and standing right in front of you? But yeah, sure, no, get it out of your system. That's fine. Hey, big guy.
You don't need to say Tal-Vashow like it's an insult.
This isn't about you, boss.
But I'm Tal-Vashow too, just like you.
No, you're not. Not really. You grew up with a family. You never knew anything different. I've killed hundreds of Tal-Vashow in Saharan. Bandits, murderers, bastards who turned their back on the Qun. And now I'm one of them.
I do believe you're whatever you choose to be. Still.
You're not a Tal-Vashow. That's a Kunari word, and you don't follow the Qun any longer. You're Iron Bull, mercenary captain for the Inquisition.
I can live with that. Anyway, I'll get this cleaned up and let Red know what happened. Boss, whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be. Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with you.
I don't think you meant that to be as saucy as it came across, but goodness, message received. And wink wink. He does have quite a bit of trauma to unpack, doesn't he? What a shame. You should see his underwear drawer, though. Very light, just a couple of pairs. He can get that packed up in just a blink of an eye. Hello, happy Sunday. I'm so glad you all made it. And it's lovely to see you. What was I just saying about a man's underwear? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't tell you. Alright, I'm gonna go find him one more time here while we're on the Iron Bull train. Let's just see if he has any other, as we said in the chat, traumas to unpack. Unburden yourself, do. I'm here for you. As is your nipple harness. Goodness. I think we're all in agreement there.
I wonder who knows pain has tried the game. It's one who...
Man, those serving girls are frisky.
Alright, I think he might finally be satisfied.
I'd like to know more about the Kunari.
We had a lot of catching up to do with our dear friend last session and continuing. And continuing. Alright. We have more questions about the Kunari background we can ask him, but let's not rub it in just when he's been separated from his people
Nice talking with you, boss.
recently. Like a stinging nettle rash that I just won't stop trying to Indian burn. It's not nice at all. I'm sorry. So, the only other people I can think we haven't quite caught up with, perhaps, since we became a Rift Mage, etc. We have Solus, perhaps Dorian. We did catch up with Cole last time around. Morrigan is still waiting for us in the garden. I think Blackwall is satisfied at this point. Well, I've walked right off the edge. Looking as I was at the chat. My apologies. We'll head to Solus first. Oh, pardon me. I'm trying to yawn and sneeze all at once. Alright. Hello, my friend. Pat?
The Temple of Mathal was extraordinary. In all my journeys, I never dreamed of finding anything like it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
Oh, I was thinking about, like, making a giant sandwich first, using the power of the well. Is that not an option? Huh. What would Solus appreciate? Making the world better is all well and good, but what is this world to be preserved? Restoring what was? I'll probably rely on those I trust. By which I mean I'll just do whatever Liliana tells me to do.
I'm not arrogant enough to think.
Oh,
it's
and he
my
slightly
decision
disapproves.
alone.
Okay.
Whatever happens, we'll do it together.
Was not confident enough for you, Solus.
To avoid the temptation to misuse it. A noble sentiment, but ultimately a mistake.
Why?
Because while one selfless woman may walk away from the lure of power's corruption, No group has ever done so.
Well, it depends on who's in charge of the group, I suppose. If it's me, we'll probably step away. What if I don't have any hands, though? Is it still gonna be me in charge?
There's a first time for everything.
Perhaps. But it will not be this time. I believe even you know that.
Why is this so important to you?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You must
Hesitancy
not let
seems
false
like it took a
modesty
lot
allow
out of you.
to pass your power to someone else. There are few regrets sharper than watching fools squander what you sacrifice to achieve. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
Well, that's my hope, yes. Solus, you feel like that's not the case? You feel like everything's going to be destroyed? Do you have some sort of, I don't know, secret plan to destroy everything? Is that what you're trying to subtly hint at? No? No, not yet? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Solus. We couldn't have done this without you.
You are welcome.
Oh, and he did a really cool dance move on the way out, too. That was just for me.
How can I help?
Alright, he also seems to be in good stead. Let's head up the stairs to dear Dorian. Once again, we're trying to clean up any remaining companion cutscenes here. Make sure we have all the good knowledge we need before we begin another main quest mission. We're almost there.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive.
You could do a great deal of good there, yes. You could also do a great deal of good here, just standing in the Great Hall as eye candy.
But what do I do about it? Nothing.
Having, tempestuous thoughts lately? Tell me about it.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves. A piece of history. Something the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
The only option to encourage him to leave is like the old classic, any movie about a dog who would be better off for some reason in the wild, though I don't know what makes you think that. I don't want to reenact that scene right now.
Someone with your impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might
usually.
surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
That's very nice to hear. What a noble frame of mind.
Here we are again.
I'm glad to have inspired it, if indeed you're telling the truth about its origins.
Go.
Were you noble all along, Dorian, and you just didn't tell me? Oh, you really wanted to get a piece of that railing there, and I just happened to be in the way. Okay, let's see if we have any research. A couple of frost rags, that's good. That's where I keep my frost, up till now. Leliana's up top. I guess we could swing in and just make sure she doesn't have anything disapproving to say about my boots. Leliana, boot thoughts?
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
Yeah, you hadn't considered yourself this whole time. Tell me.
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. the mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Kunari. Why exclude them?
I'm liking the sound of
Chantry
this.
allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
After a speech like that, you've lost my approval. Togetherness and friendship among all the races? What madness! No, that sounds great.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. Justinia wanted the Chantry to grow, but her reforms never took root. She was held back by tradition and was too gentle to force change. I won't make that mistake.
You'll rule the Chantry with an iron fist, and instead of Andraste they shall have a dark queen as bitter as wormwood and as sharp as a two-edged sword. Sorry, I got distracted there. What were we talking about? These are some weird options.
I don't see why you'd bother.
Because
That's
I
not
owe
the
it
tone
to
I wanted to
Justinia.
strike.
She started the work, and I will finish it. Justinia thought the circle
Sorry,
needed to
Liliana,
change.
for my dour
But
behavior.
why stop there? The Chantry alienated potential allies by brutalizing elves and belittling dwarves. If we could bring them into the fold, wouldn't we have peace? There are those
Partially.
who would cling to the old ways.
Some sort of
course.
partial peace among
They
certain
would
sects of people, yes.
I would make them see. But I've rambled on
Every
too
little
long.
bit helps.
I am not divine. Yet.
Oh, you're always divine to me, Liliana. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Alright, let's make sure she doesn't have anything else here.
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
I'm thankful to be back.
I'll go along with your general
And
premise, yes.
Physically.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
Every time that option shows up, I'm surprised to do. I still haven't said it, so this late in the game, it's still popping up, and I'm like, wow, that was a year ago now, and never happened. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, carry on. Thank you, Liliana.
I'll leave you to your work.
So
Wait,
if you kill
one
Corinthius,
more thing.
He has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
Can we prepare for flaming seas? Maybe collect all the snow from the frostbacks just in case.
I'll see what I can do. I'll have
No,
researchers scour
I
out
was
the Temple
joking,
of Mythal
Liliana.
records.
Don't actually collect all the
I
snow
hope
from the
that
frostback.
research turns up something we can use.
She's like, yeah, logistically we could
Ancient
pull that
magic,
off.
perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge.
I'll leave you to your work.
But one more
Margaret
thing.
seems pleased with herself for some reason. That smug face. She becomes more and more like her mother each day. Don't tell her I said that.
I'll leave you to your work.
Inquisitor?
Alright, there we
leave you
go,
to your
finally. Run her out of comments, just in case. Don't want to miss anything. In fact, I'll poke Dorian once more on the way out.
Something you need?
I mean, not on his way out. I just mean I'm on my way... How do I... Reverse card. There we go. There it is. Solus, can I
Good afternoon.
interest you in a snuggle? No? Okay.
Talk later.
Usual response then. No snuggle for me. Varric will snuggle with me. I can always depend.
Some time. What do you need?
I think he's in good position as
Carry
well.
on.
Let's try. The only other person I haven't swung back by in a bit, I believe should be up here. Dear Vivian, on the balcony. Which would be this way? Question mark? Hello.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
Aha, so Vivian must finally be entering the conversation now. We've already sort of had this discussion with Liliana and Cassandra. Vivian, as we've said before, is the third option to be divine, which is also very interesting. Mage heavy.
What do you suggest?
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
That's interesting. And tell me more.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Liliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
What would your ideal divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
So her plan, in stark contrast to the plan of pretty much both Cassandra and Liliana, who were like, you were right to free the mages. And if we ever have a circle again, it will be different and controlled by the mages. And then Liliana was just like, we'll free the mages completely and make the word apostate disappear. And Vivian is saying we must go back to the way things were, reinstate the circles, utterly destroy all malcontents. It's like, okay. Yikes.
Liliana might be a better choice than Cassandra, don't you think?
Disapproves.
Liliana is a well-meaning fool. She will do irreparable harm to countless
Well, that's just
people
not
in the name
true.
of freedom. She proposes to abolish the circles with nothing but a solemn promise from mages not to murder children. When an angry mage
Yeah, I
lashes
can
out
mostly
inside a
trust
tower,
them.
villages aren't destroyed. The circle protects us all. Mages will die and take ordinary men with them in a war that cannot be won. Consider carefully, Inquisitor. Everything we do is a sign from the Maker to those who seek one.
It's a very interesting conversation. Oh, I appear to be in a first-person mode there.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? We should probably give some thought to the very likely possibility that Morrigan will use her new power against us.
All right, so now we're back on the Well of Sorrows here, catching up. I trust Morrigan.
I have complete confidence in Morrigan.
Disapproves.
She won't turn on us.
My dear, even if she wishes to remain loyal, what will the Well's power do to her mind? She's bound to some ancient demon. Circle records have limited information on shapeshifting. There are mentions of counterspells that may prevent mages from transforming or from reverting to their true forms. I have my people researching these spells now. If they have ever been documented, I'll find them. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
How may I help you?
All right, seems like we might be in good shape with her as well.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Yeah, we should be good. All right. Thank you for your time. So Morrigan is still in the garden. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting? We spoke with Sarah, and she did not like anything I had to say. We spoke with Cole and introduced him a little bit more to his humanity. We've spoken with Solus and Dorian and Varric. Let's try Josephine, just in case.
Yes?
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Well, I am popular among the nobility.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
The Navaran minister was greatly impressed during his visit. Considering I've never seen him smile before, we should consider it a coup.
What brightened the minister's spirits?
I believe he finds something romantic about our attempt to slay Corypheus' dragon.
We could extend the minister an invitation the next time we root around for a high dragon.
Please don't. He might take you up on it.
The last thing we need is more people underfoot during the high dragon hunt. There it is. I remembered how words work. Just there in the middle of it. Let's jump in here real quick. I don't believe we've been back since I took myself over to the Undercroft there. Just groping for more excuses to say Undercroft a couple more times. Oh, there'll be more. Let's start over in Ferelden here. What do we have going on? Aha, yes, this was like our 13-hour-long search for a staff, apparently. Must be dependent on which class you are, so that's nice. We've needed an extra staff. Let's see if anyone can upgrade there. Alright, otherwise Ferelden is good. We just have this DLC with the deep roads that we're still holding off on. We presented a flank, a side too tempting not to strike at it. And they did, just as Duchess Florian said they would. We pulled back in time, exposing many names. Inquisitor, the scandal of this will take time to sort. I don't know why she's an old-timey news reporter, but it was well worth the gamble. That is not what I would say to those we put at risk, but many more will thrive because of this. A note from Florian follows. A risk well taken, Inquisitor Adar. For an instant I longed to drive the blade home, to take advantage, just as we both believed I might, but the anguish of a dozen destroyed names is sweet enough. In your service, surprisingly, Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon. Thank you, Grand Duchess. All right, my dearest Vivian, you cannot imagine the scandal when 6 bags of Tevinter coin were found wrapped in the Blanchard coat of arms and nailed to the chanter's board in Valroyo. It will be talked of for months. It is disagreeable to think that a cousin of the Imperial Army could be involved with these horrid Venatori. One hardly knows what to think. Your new friends produce the best entertainment. Write again soon. It's been too long since we've had tea. Oolong, you might say. Viscountess Elodie de Mauro. Thank you for your time. All right. These are all completed. This one is available. Let's see here. Ah, yes, this is the one we keep talking about, where they have hostages, dwarven scouts, that we do not want them to, do anything untoward with. So we'll have local help, or we can select a group to observe. Let's do this. We don't want to alarm the Venatori. Send Leliana. Give me one moment, I'll be right back here. Now. Ah, it was agony to be apart. I've returned. See if we have any other available ones that aren't just gathering materials. This one is still in the offing. Yes, we don't want to send the wardens. If the wardens can hold off the demons for 3 days, my friend Baroness Nathalie de Lassus will have siege equipment there to bring down that fortress. That does sound, good, but Leliana would put the wardens at even less risk. I think this must be the one where we were worried about risk to the wardens, so I don't want to use Cullen. This is like seemingly less risk to the wardens, but they still have to hold off for 3 days. So I would kind of like to send Leleon on that one as well. Let's see if there's any other options. Seems to be mostly resources at this point, which is good. I don't think there was much else over here either. Yep, mostly resources. Alright, so that's fine. I'm just going to let Leliana handle the mission she's on, and then we'll send her on that one as well. No big deal. We should be pretty well caught up with everybody. We did check in with Josephine. I don't think she had anything to say. For a second there, I thought I walked right past her to the war table. But I think we did. So I guess we could check in with Cullen. We could check in with Blackwall, maybe. We're running out of options, which is good. That's pushing us closer to our main quest. So we could go talk to Morrigan to get that set up. I'm assuming it will spawn another war table mission. But we'll check down here first. I have a deep distaste for stairs. I like to avoid them wherever possible. By means of wall running, if I must.
Corypheus is able to possess Grey Wardens, or so I hear. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm not a real warden.
It's a blessing. Warden or not, I'd hate to be on the other side of your blade.
That was a nice way to turn it around into a compliment.
The last thing you want is a Grey Warden. Funny how these things happen.
Alright,
Nothing
one
right now.
more try here.
Perhaps in a bit.
At your service.
Good.
Nothing
He seems good to go.
Perhaps in a bit.
So I think we should be in good shape, headed towards the end here. That Iron Bull companion mission we did last time was really my biggest concern before we head into the end game here. So I think we should be able to head to the garden and speak with Morrigan now. Let me just poke at our soldier.
Samson took everything from those Templars. He corrupted their souls, twisted them into everything they stood against, everything they would have hated.
I know the Red Templars fight for Corypheus, but I feel sorry for them.
They're barely human now. The Red Lyrium left Samson's mind unaltered. He knew what he was doing. And he dares speak as though it were a mercy? The man's a monster. Dagna is far too kind a jailer for the likes of him.
Let's try to be
You,
sarcastic.
Samson. You don't feel even a little sympathy for him?
I may have once, but after what he's done, my sympathies lie with those he betrayed. They will extend no further. The Red Templars needed to be torn down. We've broken Corypheus's army. I might have known some of them. If my life had gone differently, I might have been one of them. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you had not been at the Conclave? If you'd never become the Inquisitor?
Oh, yeah, I know I'd be a cabbage merchant. I've thought a lot about this.
Sometimes. My life would be less complicated, less dangerous.
Or it could be worse. There would still be chaos, and that was meant to sound comforting.
Kidding me? I'd be
I didn't
rolling
see
in
how
that
it worked.
cabbage money.
At all. You've
Living
led
the
us this
good
far.
life.
Many owe you their lives. Whether or not the Maker sent you, you are needed here.
Always a pleasure, Cullen. Not just to get you in my peepers, but, you know, the dialogue that we have going on. The friendship.
Gloat all you like. I have this one.
Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know
Officially.
you had it in you.
Why do I even...
I'm putting in a requisition order for sass.
Leaving, are you?
And then I am
this
sassing
mean
you,
I-
Dorian. Don't let me stop the friendly competition here. I'd like to see it get tense, if at all possible. I'd like to see a few beads of sweat coming down Cullen's nose. Not for weird reasons, just for science.
Please don't stop on my account.
All right, your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won, and I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Oh, I don't know. Would I care for a game? You bet your ass.
Prepare the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won.
Heartbroken,
Between serving the
was she?
Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
I love that cheating is an option. Tell me about your family first, and then I'll make my sly maneuvers.
You have siblings.
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should.
Naughty boy.
It's my turn.
All right, let's play fair.
All right, let's see what you've got.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
You can't be serious all the time. Well, maybe you can.
I believe this one is yours. Well played.
Oh, and playing fair, no less. What would have happened if I cheated? That was a very nice little interlude there. Let's see if there's anything to follow up.
I do not like having that mirror, Illuvian, in Skyhold. Corypheus may not be able to travel through it, but what if something else can?
You mean like your nightmares, Cullen? Well, I've been thinking about that too. Ever since I was in the Fade, you see, I saw you sleeping here, and I saw what's in your nightmares. I saw the clowns that haunt you. The thick layers of face paint, inch after inch, swelling their heads to grotesque size. I know what you wrestle with, Cullen, and why you drink. I know it all. Alright, once again, I'm just going to say I trust Morrigan, though that will probably lead to further disapproval. I'm just going to pack all of my trust candies in Morrigan's basket.
I don't think Morrigan would keep it here if that were true.
Morrigan, tell me if your basket is weakening from my trust candies. I'll stop.
She said I was unreasonable, then offered to explain how the Illuvian works using words with less than 4 syllables.
Ah,
The Circle had a library. I'm fairly well read.
right.
I'm not unreasonable.
I'm sorry. I'm sure she didn't mean to insult you. She's just settling in. Oh, hello. Welcome to the conversation. And I guess goodbye. Yeah, that's the door. Watch out. That's a pile of detritus. Watch your step. And your nose. Alright, goodbye. Good to speak with you. Ah, this open plan office. Okay, where were we?
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
One more attempt, just in case.
Yes?
Quite the parade of dwarves. Can I ask about the...
That's all for now.
Another time, then.
Alright, so glad there was that cutscene hidden in Cullen there, and that we pried it out of him. I am now headed to the garden, and to dear Morrigan. We'll use his mention of her as a segue. And home sweet home.
Magnificent. Oh, suddenly It all makes sense. I now understand the nuance behind elven words. The ancient lore reveals patterns I would never have suspected. Tis exhilarating, the rush of images. Truth dangling just out of reach.
Oh, I wish I could experience it, but no, you hog all the power of the Well of Sorrows to yourself, that's fine. Couldn't have even dipped a toe? No? Not enough time for me? I see.
Tell me more.
Take the Alluvians. It was always assumed their use was lost after the Tevinter conquest of Arlathan. But the ancient elves had closed all paths to the crossroads long before. They warred with themselves, and the Alluvians were sealed to prevent an enemy from using them to attack. So much is misunderstood. It would take years to absorb, if I get the chance.
I'm pleased I could give you that, at least.
I still wait for the other shoe to drop, as they say. But now, all I see are possibilities.
Well, that's good. I'm sure the rise will continue, and
None
there'll
of
be
which
no
has anything to
downside
do with
whatsoever.
Why I asked you here, of course. Earlier, I said there was a way to match the power of Corypheus, Inquisitor, and there is.
Tell me more.
We must summon Mathal.
Myth all of him, or just a little piece? Yeah, I'm good with it.
Really?
Oh,
Sounds
hello
quite
and welcome.
fun.
So nice to see you guys there.
Tis an odd notion of fun you have, Inquisitor. Whatever Mathal was, goddess, myth, or ancient being, the voices of the well say a part of her power lingers on. How, or in what form, I cannot say, but that power is exactly what we need. I must go to an altar in the wilderness to perform the summoning, and you must be with me.
Just because it's going to be really something to see and you don't want me to miss it? Or do I need to wear anything specific?
You don't need me for some ritual sacrifice, I hope.
The altar could have a guardian or other surprises. Thus, your company would be best. Imagine what we will learn, Inquisitor. Some would give their lives to unearth secrets such as this.
That look is fantastic. Whoever spent likely an entire day or more, weeks perhaps, on that look, you have a thumbs up from me. 2 of them, if I can spare it.
The altar awaits our visit, Inquisitor. Everything I have done since leaving Ferelden has led me to this. Think of all we will learn.
Just think of it.
You seem to know a great deal about elven lore.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up.
Appears to be a lot of bushwalking going on back there.
Thus, they are my focus.
Not to mention bushwhacking.
Feels the same.
Alright, doesn't seem like she has anything else of import before we head off. So let's see here. Is this another thing up in my bed chambers? It certainly seems to be. Who is up in my bed chambers? Let's see if we can swing by there, I suppose. Would hate to miss a rare quest. Oh, and thank you for the gifted subscriptions there. That's fantastic. The generosity! And yet, nothing happened. I did not see it. Oh yes, Morrigan wishes me to wear something revealing that gives her easy access to my heart via knife. I can probably drum something up out of the draperies. Get a good line going. Alright. Is this not, in fact, in my chambers? Huh. Huh. Well, I wonder... War room. Okay. There's a sizable Venatori presence in the hissing wastes. It's an odd place for them to be dispatched at all, let alone in such significant numbers. I'm not sure why that's showing up all of a sudden, but okay. Ah, it must be because I just reached a power threshold that it was waiting for. Perhaps. Headed back to the ground floor. So, we don't necessarily have to deal with those side quests, etc. I don't have too much more time today. I need to rush off and begin my editing. Oh, give me this day my daily editing. So I'm not sure what we should spend our last moments together on. Let me check the journal here. It's in the hissing wastes. What's that? It's the wastes, sir. They are hissing. Ah, that's deeply disquieting. Okay. So yes, join Morrigan at the altar of Mythal. I'm guessing that will be a war table mission as well. Otherwise, we have tons of stuff to do. Treasure maps, rifts, etc. all over the world. We have that whole Deep Roads DLC. It's a little bit sad here because we're getting close to the end, and I don't want to end it, really. So I'm tempted to run around all over the countryside doing side quests and hold up your time for months in the future here, but I really should try to bring us to a graceful close, as there are other adventures waiting in the wings. So, let's see if we can head right to wherever Morrigan is waiting for us. We'll make that our main priority for the last remaining time we have, which I'm thinking is here. And I'm hoping this isn't a huge, long, drawn-out thing. We'll check. Who would be good to bring? Ooh, a lovely new tarot card for Iron Bull there. That must be because we did that Chargers mission. I think I'm going to bring Solus in case he has anything important to say. And Iron Bull because we need the backup. Let's do that. I'm seeing that now. Give me this day my daily editing, and forgive me my lattes, as I forgive those who caffeinate me. Yes. So this should be exciting. I don't remember if it's sort of a boss battle, or just a long informational cutscene. Perhaps both. Perhaps neither. Don't take my word for it. We'll find LeVar Burton somewhere around here, and he'll know.
This is the place?
It is. Look for an altar. Ancient, but still standing.
I think I found it. It's ancient, but it's still standing. Let's go. I'm gonna give this a quick save, if it will allow it, just in case I make a naughty choice that the game does not appreciate. And approach the altar.
There.
Confidently,
You see it?
sauntering, clicking my heels with joy. Do I use the altar? All you said was approach. I mean, what am I... Did anyone even QA this? The game is unplayable from here because I've approached and now I'm not sure what to...
Is all
Here we
that
go.
remains of the great altar. We few who travel far call to me, and I will come, without mercy, without fear.
Cry havoc in the moonlight. Let the fire of vengeance burn. The cause is clear. A very old invocation. Perfectly translated.
I know I brought you for
Why,
a
thank
reason,
you.
Solus. Apparently I, too, have arcane knowledge of this place. Allow me to interject.
Strange that there wasn't an altar like this at Mythal's temple. The temple was a place of justice, but this is different. This was where the elves called to her, spoke to her.
Then one day she disappeared, and there was no one with
And there
whom to
was
speak.
no cell
Your
service
companions
from that point
will need to
on.
go elsewhere. Not to worry, if there is shouting, they will hear it readily enough.
But I'll be lonely. Don't go far. Alright, I'm here for you.
You know who I am. From High Priest to High Priest, I am the last to drink of sorrows. Come to us, Mythal. Whatever you are, whatever remains, I invoke your name and your power.
Something whispery is happening. Oh, Flemeth. How are you doing?
Mother?
Now, isn't this a surprise?
There's that Kate Mulgrew. We missed you. Oh, did we miss you?
So this is Mythal.
She is a deceiving witch!
Well, that's no way to talk of Kate
No,
Mulgrew.
that's quite enough of that.
What have you done to me?
I have done nothing. You drank from the well of your own volition.
Then you are Mythal?
I just instantly kneel. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good idea. I guess I could remain stoic. I'm tempted to see what happens, but I don't want to just upset Morrigan with my instant caving to someone she has a complicated history to. I'll stay on Morrigan's side for a moment. Love you, Kate.
That's Mythal?
You invoke that name so easily. I wonder if you know what it means.
I kind of don't. Do you
Understand.
want to
How
explain?
can you be Mythal?
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely
Here we go.
darkness
Grab
for
the popcorn.
justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since, seeking the justice denied to her.
Then you carry Mythal inside you?
She is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. You hear the
So
voices
that's your
of the well,
skincare
girl.
secret.
What do they say?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend given name and called a god? Or something more?
Perhaps some sort of
Truth is not
sentient
the
goo,
end,
Well,
but
we'll
the
never
beginning.
know. I like your horns.
A herald indeed.
If we have a moment for
shouting
compliments.
to the heavens, harbinger of a new age. As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
I can and will. Oh, I've read about Flemeth. It's all flooding back to me. It's Flemething right back to me.
I know the name Flemeth. It belongs to an ancient Ferelden legend. It says long ago you left your husband for a lover. Your husband then tricked you, killed your lover, and imprisoned you. Then a spirit came to offer you vengeance. Mythal, that's what you spoke of.
One day someone will summarize the terrible events of your life so quickly. But yes,
Yeah,
I was.
that must hurt to bring up. I'm sorry.
That is how my tale began.
Love you,
Flemeth
Kate.
appears in other legends, helping heroes for reasons of her own.
I nudge history when it's required. Other times, a shove is needed.
Sometimes a swift kick in the ass, if I'm being forthright with you.
Then you're Mythal and Morrigan's mother?
As well as a witch who prolongs her unnatural life by possessing the bodies of her daughters.
But hey, that's you.
What you
Wait.
believe,
Oh, no.
is it?
Well, we're headed for a confrontation.
And I am no fool, old woman.
Yet here you stand, bound into my service. My daughter ran from me long ago. I've let her be, until now, it seems.
If Mythal is within you, why not reveal yourself?
And to whom should I reveal myself?
To the elves, to everyone.
I knew the hearts of men even before Mythal came to me. It is why she came to me. They do not want the truth, and I am but a shadow, lingering in the sun.
I'd just like to take a moment to point out that we've all expertly color coordinated our eyes. Thanks past me.
Why did Mythal come to you?
For a reckoning that will shake the very heavens.
And you follow her whims. Do you even know what she truly is?
You seek to preserve the powers that were, but to what end? It is because I taught you, girl. Because things happened that were never meant to happen. She was betrayed as I was betrayed.
A little bit leafy
as the
here.
world was betrayed. Mythal clawed and crawled her way through the ages to me, and I will see her avenged. Alas, so long as the music plays, we dance.
Why does that sound vaguely threatening?
We summoned you because we need your help.
Against the Magister who grasps beyond his reach. Yes, I know.
That's the one.
The
Coryphenes.
voices did not lie, Morrigan. I can help you fight Corypheus.
Corypheus bit, that's right. Sorry.
Do you understand, child?
Yes. I think I do. Wait!
She has much more heavily armored legs than I was suspecting.
I wish to see who
That's how she
drank
gets
from
you.
the Well of Sorrows. It has been a very long time. Imagine my surprise to discover it was you.
And that is all.
A soul is not forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me.
All things considered, Inquisitor, I now wish you had drunk from the well.
Will you be all right?
I am uncertain. What she said is true, at least. I have the answer to your problem. I can match the Archdemon's power when the time comes. All that remains is for you to find Corypheus.
Screenshot. Thank you. Alright, welcome back everybody. Did you hear everything? Did you hear Kate Mulgrew? Wasn't she amazing? I got autographs for everybody. Here, Iron Bolt, take it. She signed yours, Captain Janeway. I thought you'd appreciate that. Okay. I guess we can probably just fast travel back from anywhere here. I may as well poke around towards the exit. And then we're just at the hour mark, so I had better scurry off to do my editing here. We'll return to Skyhold, and I'll save it there, one more loading screen, so that I can wax eloquent at you, on and off. Alright, here I go. Goodness. I have so many thoughts. I just hope that you have a nice time today. Yeah, you just have a nice time. Try not to overextend yourself. It's the weekend. Cut yourself some slack. I mean, we all have stuff to do. I gotta run off and get some editing done. It's gonna eat up a chunk of my leisure time. And there's no way around it, but I'll still find a way to make it fun. I mean, maybe there'll be some mini M&Ms involved. I don't know. I hope you have a wonderful time. Oh yes, indeed. Enjoy the superb owl, if such a thing is possible in your area, with your various television antennas. All right. Doom upon all the world. That sounds like a fantastic name for what must be a final mission. I cannot wait. We should be in good standing for it. We'll head off after Coryphispit next time. And I think all of our companions are upgraded and tarot-carded, and they have the best weapons I can scrounge from, well, some rather discount bargain bins, if I'm being honest. But still, they're armed. I've armed them at the very least. I cannot wait. See you next time for what may be close to a resolute or resolving session. That's enough. I'm going to shut up now, I promise. Quasi-wave, smooches to you all of my love, and so forth. Goodbye for now.